Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. If you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Kim Dent. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 23 years. I live in Maryland Heights, Missouri, and I love teaching stampers and crafters how to make quick, easy, and adorable greeting cards. If you found me on my YouTube channel, Stamping with Kim Dent, please say hello and let me know where you're from. I love to find out where everyone is viewing from. Also, if you'd be so kind to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Hello, hello, everyone. How is everyone tonight? Hello, Brenda. Hello, Sandy. Hi, Vicki. Oh, that's adorable, that little puppy. Hello, hello. All right, let me sync my laptop. Hello, Joanna. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Hi, Mary. All right, give me just a second. Hello, Mary. Another Mary. Yes. Thankfully, I am. I think I really turned the corner and feeling really more like myself Friday. I still have a stuffy nose, but nothing like last week. So I got bit by the nasty bug, and man, it threw me for a loop. So if you live in St. Louis and you were signed up for my stamp classes this month, I appreciate your understanding. Friday was crazy, so I knew that was a good decision. I think we had about 4 inches more of snowfall on Friday. But Sunday, yeah, I just could not do it, girls. I could not get the card stock together. I wasn't feeling very creative. So February, the classes, if you're interested or you haven't already signed up, this year, February classes are, we're actually having one, our Friday night class will be on Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day the 14th, and then on Saturday the 15th. If you're new to my videos or my Facebook Lives, and you're interested in attending an in-person class, they really are, whether you're a beginner or you've been stamping for years and years and years, they are my classes. You can come to them. We sit at the same tables. So when we make 5 cards, you'll sit at the same table for every card that you make. The supplies are passed from table to table. And thankfully, I have a wonderful customer base that are always willing to welcome new stampers. And they just make it, whether you come on Friday night or Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, it's a fun experience for everyone. You get to go away with 5 sweet cards that are ready to mail off. And hopefully you've made a new friend or two by the time you leave. So if you're interested, you can leave a comment, or you can always give me a call or Facebook message me. I'm happy. I have plenty of spaces in all 3 of those classes for February. So hello, Allison. Hello, hello. You're going to like the card we make today, Allison, because it's got a lot of pink in it. All right. I was in the mood today to make Valentine cards, and today was very productive. So how many of you have started working on Valentine cards? How many of you have started working on Valentine? Sorry about that. Sounds way up. I know some of you have. Some of my girls, I talked to one of my sweet customers, I think it was on Friday, and she was like, I'm done with my Valentine's cards. I'm working on my Easter cards. And I'm like, oh, you go, girl. So, all right. So let me I've synced my laptop. I'm going to turn my camera around. Jiggly, jiggly. Hold on. I forgot to say this last week. So this is my website. Oh, yes, you have started. So that counts, Sandy. That definitely counts. No, it wasn't last week, because last week I didn't do a Facebook Live, so it must have been the week before. This is my website. If you want to know more about me, if you would like to place an online order, this is the place you want to head if you would like to help me out. If your order is $149.99 or less, please use this host code. That helps me out greatly. If it's $150 or more, do not use that code because you will receive what we call Stampin' Rewards. So there is the code. Only use it if your orders are $149.99 or less. All right. I am excited. So for my new customers and my old customers, I finally get to show you the inside of this Saleabration catalog. It's filled with all sorts of delightful items that you can earn for free. This year with a $60 or $120 order. Here, let me show you. This is a Stampin' die set called Heart Shape Bundle, and I love anything with hearts. So this is something, if you spend $120, you get it for free, or you could choose this very pretty stamp set called Corners in Bloom. There's no limit, so it's for every 60 or 120. And you can see this is a card kit. I got this, and I always gift my kids cards. So this is a kit that I'm working on right now, so I can give some to Kelly Nicole, our daughter, and some to Kelly Jane. And then there's some really cute DSP called Fruit Salad, which I love. This is my favorite one out of it. And then the seagulls. I'm glad you're on, Sandy, because this one, we talked about, like, you know, how some things in here you're like, why would they make a stamp set of seagulls? And then Sandy said this was the first thing that she got for free. And the more projects I see on Pinterest, I have fallen in love, Sandy, with the friendly seagulls. So I have this friendly seagulls. This was not on my radar. And then but it's strange because I love word sets. And then I started looking at It's a Good Day to Celebrate. And you never can have too many happy birthdays. Congrats all day your way. So this is next on my list to get. And I used this 2 weeks ago on our terrific toadstool card. Love it. It's bright and cheery, and it coordinates with product in the mini catalog. And it's lovely. Who would have thought that toadstools could make us so happy? This one is called Pick a Season, and it's all about the details. I saw a card made by Patty Bennett recently. She's a demonstrator out in California. So this is, you know, you've got the tree stamps, but look at what you can put inside these little holes. There's Easter eggs. I hope it's picking up on my camera. Those are like the little rosettes that you see in the sample. Hearts, so you could make it into a Valentine card. And those little bitty things are shamrocks. And if you know me, I have a son who owns a restaurant called Shamrocks. So I'm like, oh my goodness, didn't even notice this. So Pick a Season. His birthday is also St. Patrick's Day. So yeah. And then this sweet one called Dance with Me. Does that look like Rick and I? I think it does. It really looks like Rick, I think. And then this beautiful paper called Bloom Impressions. 12 by 12 designer series paper. It just sings spring to me. So those are your $60 offerings. There's no limit. And then on to the mini catalog. I won't open it up, but I just want all of you to know, if you don't have either of these catalogs, please let me know. Leave a comment, and I'm happy to put these in the mail to you this week. That's if you don't have a demonstrator. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you want a mini catalog, a Saleabration catalog, or our annual catalog, just leave a comment, and I am happy to pop them in the mail. Or if you live in our area, you're welcome to come by my house or where I work at Zion Lutheran Church and pick them up. So, all right, on to the Valentine cards. So the bundle that I used, lots for words right now, is an online exclusive. That means that it's not in the mini catalog. It's not in the annual catalog. I ordered it a long time ago and finally pulled it out today to play. So it's called the Hearts of Elegance bundle. And well, you'll see. I'll show you in person. But I love, these are flat adhesive batt heart sequins. Then there are gift bags. I'll show you a little bit. I used on a couple of my cards, gold twisted thread. And then this beautiful Marbled Elegance paper, which it looks great on this photocopy, but I will show you. So if you're interested, like I said before, this isn't there. You can't find it in a catalog. You've got to go to my shop, go to my website, go to the shop button, and then look for the online exclusive tab. And that's where you'll find it. So here is Marbled Elegance in all of its glory. Here, oh, Allison, see, look. There you go. Here's some pink. It looks like tie-dye, but then a plain, more subtle. Then we've got this one with the gold flecks. And then this is my favorite. These cabbage roses, they remind me of Mary Englebright. How many of you followed Mary Englebright back in the day? Love those roses. And there's a stamp that coordinates. So there we've got a little bit more real red in this one with some melon mambo and gold. And then, oh, this is like the color in this one that stands out is Poppy Parade. Hello, Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And then this one, it's very beautiful. It's like the gold just pops. Thank you. Thanks. And then more subdued, like a leafy pattern. Then bright pink with some gold speckles. And then more of a subdued one in Melon Mambo. This one. So they're all about the kind of that marbled with that gold vein of, or that vein of gold or speckles in them. And then this one, I love those sweet little hearts. And then the last one is this one, and then a subdued one. So I think it's a great pack of paper. This is outside of my my normal. I'm not usually so what's the word, flashy, but I'll show you in the cards that I made today that it just takes a little bit of our DSP to pull a card all together. So this is where I started today, like with, I knew I was going to use the stamp set, but I also pulled in colors from the DSP. So this is where I started. And then I'm going to show you the cards that I made today. So this one, this is called a triple panel standing card. It's a regular 5.5 by 8.5 card base. It's different, but it looks like if you ever gift somebody this, it looks fantastic at your coworker's cubicle, standing up. This is where you would write like your message or Happy Valentine's Day or sending love. And so you just have to score this 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 2, 3 1/8, 5 3/8, and 6 1/2. And that's how you make a triple panel standing card. So I cut this. Oh yeah, and I'll show you the hearts. I love hearts. So this is cut out of one of the dies, and then this is a smaller nesting one, and then I embossed that in gold. And see, when I said, thank you, Joanna. This is, I'm not usually the flashy one, but to see how easy it is to pull in those pretty, that little bit of gold, and how that little bit of gold speckles just sets it off. So that was the first card. This one is called a 4-panel card. It's a regular, again, 5.5 by 8.5, and then you just have to score it at 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. And it's called, I thought, why is this called a 4-panel? But here we go. So there's 1, 2, this is considered a panel, and then this one. And those are just, I think, 1 inch by 5.5. And then this one, I can't remember. Let's see what this is. Is it 3? That one is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then more of these delightful dies. There's that pretty gold thread that's in the suite. Thank you. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Vicki. Thank you. And then the next one, this is just a sweet little card that I cut off 3 inches. It's a 4.5, no, sorry, 4 1/4 by 11 card, and then you cut off 3 inches. And then I just made this little panel with these sweet little roses. Thanks, Joanna. Thank you so much. Thanks for making my day. And then the embossing. So on this one, I didn't use any of the marbled paper. I picked up that tiny little heart. A lot of times you'll see stampers behind this panel will use like a 4 by 5 1/4. I was happy with it just like this. This is cherry cobbler, and then that layer right there is real red. And then the roses are cherry cobbler with garden green. And then, do you see this? Oh, so I want to talk about these. These are the adhesive back hearts. And that, you know, when you see them, I love anything hearts. So when you see them, you're like, oh, they're cute. Well, then I saw a demonstrator. She was like, do you realize you can put these on the inside? So there's not very many embellishments that we can use that are so flat that our cards will close like nice and easy like that. So I went crazy. Let's see, did I do it? There, I did it on this one. And they've got the little adhesive glue dot on the back, so they stick down nicely. And then this one, I got this idea from, I'm trying to think, it was off of Pinterest, and I kind of tweaked it and made it my own. This is, do you see this? I love this card. So this is made with, let's see, 2 dies, but to make, let me show you how I made the card. Let me get the dies out. Let's see. Hi, Patty. Did I see your name just go by? Okay. So look at the die set. Dun, da, da, da. Do you see this great big one? Let me pull it off. So what I did with this one, let's see. Oh, shoot. I'll show you. Let me hold on. So here's my 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Melon Mambo. I scored this, so you don't often see me do this, but I'm gonna, hi Betty. So I scored it with my scoreboard. But tonight we're just gonna, we're gonna improvise. You don't have to use a scoreboard, but that's just what I like to do to get a nice, clean, crisp crease. So to make this heart card, all you had to do was, when you run this through your machine, your Big Shot or your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, do you see how you just put the tips of those, the hearts, the rounded edges of that slightly above the crease? And then it ran through very easily, and it cut through both layers. So that's how you get that cute little heart card. Ha 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 ha. I love it. And then there's the heart embellishments with my favorite piece of DSP out of the thing. This die is delightful also because I hope you can see, well, you probably can see it better. And thank you, Kelly. Look, see the stitching or the stitch marks, the detail, so good. So good. And so that is what I used for this layer, which you can barely see it on there, and also on this layer. And that's this die. And then I wanted to show you just because I think it's so beautiful. On this card, thanks. I do too, Sandy. Do you see how pretty this one is? This would be beautiful on a wedding card, on a shower card. It doesn't have to be in gold. Stampers, don't think that you've got to have gold to this, because look at how pretty it is just on that pink, that bubble bath. So that is this die. And I just wanted you to see. And then this is what cuts out the cabbage rows and then the little leaves. And then there's also 2 more hearts. I didn't use these today, but I love, it's just a good set of heart dies. Wedding, showers, Valentine's. And then this one cuts out another leafy greenery piece right there. So it is a great set. And then there you can see the stamp set. It's got a lot of great words. Love you. This is what my family, we say love you. So I was very excited to see this. My heart belongs to you. That would be Mr. Rick. Happy Valentine's Day. To and from XOXO. Hugs and kisses. Be mine, and sending lots of love. This is the one I think I'm going to end up using the most when I send out like to my girlfriends. So sending lots of love, and that doesn't have to be a Valentine card. And then there's that pretty cabbage rose, the 2 greeneries, and then this sweet little heart. So these cards I made today. You can tell I am feeling much better because I went crazy down here this afternoon stamping my little heart out. This is the card I originally was going to, you know, I like to do fun folds, but every once in a while you just got to throw in a sweet and simple little regular 5.5 by 8.5. So I'm just going to walk you through a couple of cute techniques for this one. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make it along with this coordinating envelope. So there we go. Let's get started. So you need a piece of Melon Mambo that is 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to hold that up to the camera. Then you need a piece of Bubble Bath. There's that sweet pink. 4 by 5 1/4. You need 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4. One is for the inside of your card, and then the other one, this is to cut out that big heart die. And then we're going to take, this is just, I could have called this like a scrap piece. This is basic white, 2.5 by 5 1/4, and this is what I stamped the roses and the leaves on. But really, you've got, you know how we all have like little bits and pieces of white laying around? Really, you could use that. But if you want a measurement, 2.5 by 5 1/4. And for our envelope, you've got DSP. We all have DSP, extra DSP. It's time to use it. So this is 2.5 by 6, and I'll show you how easy it is to decorate your envelope when I'm done with the card. All right, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my cardstock, bring in my bone folder, set that to the side. It's going to go like this. And then with this piece of Bubble Bath, I ran it through. This is the Forever Plaid. Love this thing. Forever Plaid embossing folder. It's $12. It's ginormous. So like if you're making multiple cards, you could fit 2 panels in there, or skinny panels like this. The item number is 164049. I love, love, love this. So I ran the piece of Bubble Bath through and got this. Now, normally, I don't know why, but I just thought, I just want to talk about this just for a second. Like normally I would have used it this side up where those dominant plaid lines are raised. But then I thought, no, I just want it to be more subtle. So I flipped it. And so it's like 2 different embossing folders. You've got where it's the opposite. So we are going to take this, the Bubble Bath, and that's our first layer. And let me see if I can find where did I put it? All right, we're going to use my glue. I know I've got the Stampin' Seal around here someplace. Oh, there it is. We're going to do this though. So I'm going to get it all along the edges and then in the middle. Try to get it as close to the edge as you can. And then I'm going to center this on the Melon Mambo. That just was a little tip. Like, you know, it's just a subtle little difference, but I thought, oh, I like it. So instead of raised, it's on the opposite side. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I already did it. I'm going to take the one with the stitching, the great big die, and I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And this is how it turned out. Now, here's another tip. When it's an intricate die or it has a lot of detail, like I made a couple of these today, a lot of times this will get, depending on if you've got a new machine or old machine, when it goes through the rollers, this was really stuck in there. And so I have a couple of different options. What I did, which I want to make sure all of you know, usually on intricate dies like this, do you see those little tiny pinholes? That's where I'm going to take my take your pick tool and pop it in there, and it releases it. The other option is for really tight, intricate dies is you could put you have your die, you lay a piece of wax paper over this, and then you put your cardstock down, and then you run it through. And that will coat your die, and then it really will release easier too. So either option, but that's just two tips that I wanted to share. So for this, I'm going to bring in Happy Valentine's Day, and we're going to stamp with Melon Mambo. And got to get the right stamp. Thanks, Sandy. I am a pink girl. I don't wear pink, but yeah, since I've been little, if anybody asks me what's my favorite color, it's always been pink. Pink, pink, pink. All right, I'm going to center this. Try to stamp and get it good. And remember, I've told you the past couple of times, like take your time. A lot of times we get in a hurry and then you're not going to get, you miss a letter. But take your time and give it a good press. You don't have to press real hard. Just let it set there and count to 5. All right. There is my Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to put dimensional. No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to do that. I'm going to bring in the skinny piece of, where'd it go? 2.5 by 5 1/4. Here we go. And here's another tip I want to share with you. So when I originally was going to use Bubble Bath, because this is Bubble Bath and I want it to all coordinate. So when I stamped with Bubble Bath, I kind of was disappointed. So that's what it looked like. And I thought, no, it just doesn't pop. As much as I love pink, it just didn't do anything for me. So I'm going to show you what I did next. I got myself, and I just dropped it. These are daubers that we sell. They're like little, what do we call these? Sewing, I can't think. Thimbles. And so we sell those. It's a couple of bucks. You get a little bag full of them. And here's a great technique. So I'm going to take and I'm going to dip my little rose stamp into the Pretty in Pink. And then I'm going to take the little dauber and dip it in Melon Mambo. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just lightly go around the edges of the stamp. See, there's like no rhyme or reason because all the roses are going to look different. Give it a little huff. And you got a little bit more pop to it. So let's see if we can get, there's Melon Mambo. Take this. Go around the edges. And I did that kind of quick, didn't I? I should have said that. Oh, well, that doesn't look good. Well, Here we're talking about taking your time. Okay, one more time, and then I'm going to move on. Okay, inked it up in Melon Mambo. Bubble Bath. And then take my little dauber and go around the edges. Take my time. There, that one looks better. So, and then the next thing I did, I chose, which is not a color I use very often, but I chose soft seafoam for my leaves. And these, I just stamped 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And they were all on this sheet. And then the dies that I brought in were this one and this one, and I cut those out, which I've already done. If you ever have questions about a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, just let me know. A lot of times you'll see me, I do the work ahead of time. So if you're unsure or you'd like to see me demonstrate it, please let me know, because I'm happy to do that. I know you guys don't want to stay here all night on a Sunday night. So there's my little roses and my greenery that I've already cut out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to position this right here. Oh, I think I had it closer. Here we go. And then I'm going to take a dimensional. Put it on the back of this. Isn't that pretty? See. And then for my rose up on top, one of them is going to be popped up, and then one is going to be flat. And let's see, I'm going to put the glue on the back of this. Oh, did I glue that down? It's coming together, girls. And then one more leaf. Okay, we're almost ready. Now all I have to do is I'm going to take my, Betty, Betty, you need one of these. This is, it's made by My Sweet Petunia, and it is called a precision glue press. And the reason it's going like hotcakes throughout the stamping community is if you have arthritis or your hands are shaky, this is a great tool. It's very easy for me to, all I have to do, there's, you know, this press right here, and then it is a fine tip, and it just, I'll show you. Oh no, I'm going to put this up on dimensional. Sorry. I think you saw me probably. It just puts a really not, here, I'll do it like this because we're going to, that little straight, see how nice and easy that comes out? It was $35 plus shipping. I got it from Simon Says Stamps, and I have loved it. I did all of my Christmas cards with it. I never had, you know how when you do a ton of gluing and your hand cramps up or it hurts the next day if you have arthritis, but we're so passionate about what we do, we go about it anyway. So Look into it, Betty. You got one for, yeah. I love it. I love it. Oh, Brenda, look at there. Look at Betty, Brenda, and Patty. I know a couple other girls on my team. They've gotten it since I started, and I love it. You can use like our, it's not a special type of glue. You can put, it comes with 2 bottles. One is filled. I think the brand is Nuvo glue, which is like our Tombow glue. And it comes with an empty one. So once I empty a bottle, I can take this and transfer it into the empty bottle. The other thing that you can do is it sits on this holster, I guess we'll call it. This is how it sits. I learned this. It does not get clogged unless you let it sit like this for, like, let's say a week or 2. So pretty much if I know I'm not stamping, but see, last week when I got sick, it sat down here in its little holster. But then, so today when I came down here, this has in the tip right there, that one of those like little pin needly things that you can, I hope you can see this, stick in there and it unclogs it. So now when, like, if I'm going to be away for a while, let's say I'm going on vacation, I'll put this cap on it so that it doesn't get clogged. And then that sits right there. So look into it. I love mine. I cannot say enough wonderful things about it. And then I think, yeah, I said it was from, I ordered mine. I know there are other places that you can get it from. I just happened to follow a demonstrator and she said that's where she got it from. So a precision glue press. And we're almost done, girls. Oh, I want to show you though how to do the envelope. Right, this goes in the center like that. And then I brought in, instead of using the flat hearts, I just decided to bring in these sweet little pearls because I just thought the pearls, the pink, the little roses, it just looks so sweet together. So we're going to put 3, 1, 2, 3. And then for the inside of my card, I did sending lots of love. So bring in my Bellin Mambo, bring that back in. Oop, almost off camera. All right, and then I'm not going to do it because I want to show you how to do the envelope, but I want to show you again what I did on the inside of my card. See, Betty, how easy it is? Then a little, and such a little goes a long way. So on my sample, I did a little bit of masking. I did the 2 cabbage roses. I made a mask for it. I'll show you. I placed the mask on top of the rose with our masking paper, and then I stamped the greenery so it looks like the roses are on top and then the greenery is behind it. And I did that for both of them, and I love the way it turned out. So for our to fancy up an envelope, all you need is a piece of 2.5 by 6, and you're going to take your glue, and I like to go like this so I don't, it's less chance of getting glue all over. You're going to go around the very edge of this, what do we call this? The flap. A little in the middle. And And then you're going to choose your side. I'm going to use the roses again. And I'm going to just butt that up to the very seam of the envelope and give it a little press. And then, where's my scissors? All I have to do is, let's see, use the envelope as like a template, and I'm going to trim around it. And this is a great way to use up your scraps of your DSP. You just want to fancy up a card. It doesn't have to be coordinating, but it is oh so sweet when the card coordinates with the envelope. Isn't that sweet? So I am well on my way to having my little Valentine's done. All right. I hope you like this card. I hope you like all of them. Let me flip you around. If you have any questions about any of the products I made tonight, or if you don't have a Saleabration catalog or a mini catalog or an annual catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, please contact me because I'm more than happy to pop them in the mail to you. Have a wonderful week. Stay warm. God's blessings. Bye-bye.